Welcome to the Life Makeovers podcast. My name is Cindy D. Whitmer, and I am the Midlife Makeover Coach, helping you turn your midlife into your best life, one step at a time. Through powerful conversations, my own midlife roller coaster story, and over 3 decades of helping people transform their lives through counseling and coaching, I am on a mission to help you create your own definition of success and happiness. Thank you for being here. Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. It's good to be here with you. Thanks for listening. So I've had an interesting experience recently, and I just want to tell you about it because this week I had big plans for you to have. You know how sometimes I interview people for the podcast. Well, there's this woman who's an expert in her field that's related to my field of coaching, and she's a relationship coach, and I love the work she puts out. And so I've wanted to have her as a guest on the podcast. And lucky for me, she and I were mutual guests on a podcast a few years ago. So we got connected. I got involved in her Facebook group, have been watching her work. I'm on her email list. She does some live local television where she lives. And I always think, oh gosh, she's really putting out some great stuff. So in my large Facebook group, the Midlife Makeover group on Facebook, join it if you'd like. I invited her to do some Facebook Lives a couple of years ago when I was doing regular live masterclasses and things. And she acted so excited to do them and everything. And then she would need to reschedule. So she rescheduled twice, well, actually 3 times. Okay. 3 times, you know, and I'm putting out regular classes in my Facebook group. So I would scramble to do something different and so forth. And then the 3rd time, she forgot. She said she forgot. She was literally out in the snow playing with her boys when I texted her and said, hey, you know, I'm waiting for you here. Are you coming? Oh, I forgot. The kids had a snow day, you know, so we're enjoying the day, da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that was 3 times that we attempted to do this masterclass in my Facebook group together. So then I just dropped it. Now, this has been a couple years ago, and I've stayed in touch with her work and so forth. And I've recommended her work to people. I've sent people to her Facebook group. I've told people about her relationship coaching and stuff, even though I also do relationship coaching, actually. And I feel I am quite good at couples coaching as well. Anyway, so I decide, you know, I start this podcast and I decide, okay, she's someone I would love to have her on the podcast. So I'm going to circle back around. I'm going to invite her to the podcast, see if she'd like to do it. And she thought it would be great. She responded very positively, but I asked her like 2 months ago, and I was looking for a sooner time than now, but nonetheless, she couldn't schedule till earlier, like this month. And so we had scheduled for last Wednesday, and I'd sent her the Zoom link and sent her the questions and, whatever, got all that lined up long beforehand. And then Wednesday, I texted her and said, I'm really looking forward to our conversation this afternoon. And she did text me back. Let me read it to you. She said, oh, I'm sorry, Cindy. I have a personal issue I'm dealing with and I need to reschedule. I'm very sorry. And, I know things happen. I hope nothing serious has gone on. This was last Wednesday and this is now Monday. And so I texted her back right away and I said, oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that. And how soon can you reschedule? And so this was 5 days ago. And of course, I haven't heard a word. so this very same thing happened again for me with this woman who I think's a dear and does great work and so forth. I'm not going to name her because I don't want to, I don't want to speak poorly of her, but there's a pattern. Clearly, it was 3 times we tried to do the Facebook Live Masterclass. Now we attempt to do the podcast once, and I've learned my lesson. So for whatever reason, I don't know if she loses details in her life. I don't know if it's hard, if she's unorganized. I don't know if she's forgetful. I don't know if I don't know if she's got stage fright or whatever, but she does do local TV even. She answers questions on a local television station where she lives. So I don't think it's stage fright or anything. I don't know what it is, but this has happened again and again and again. And so I'm disappointed. And also I'm disappointed in myself for believing that it would be different this time. So it makes me think of Maya Angelou, who is one of my all-time favorite authors, poets, whatever, significant figures, whatever. Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. So that's my boost for you this morning. My Monday morning boost is when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is that, we all need second chances sometimes, right? We say something stupid or we do something, we go, oh, please, I want to do over. I want to do over. Right. But I think what Maya really is saying, or how I decided to let that resonate with me, is if we see a pattern of behavior in people, if they lie after lie after lie, or if they don't show up, they don't show up, they don't show up, or if they, cheat, or they, whatever it is, steal. I don't know, whatever it is, drink, whatever the problem behavior is. If you see this in someone as their typical behavior, believe them that's where they're at, and then adjust your life accordingly. So my adjustment in this situation, which of course it's a professional inconvenience. It's not a heartbreaking situation. Actually, in my next podcast, we're going to talk more about disappointment when it's people really close to us and how to manage that. But for today, I just think my adjustment is, okay, I'm done referring people to her, because it concerns me. If she doesn't follow through with me and she doesn't communicate, what if I hadn't texted her that morning? She just wasn't going to show up, and there I would be, and so and if she were in a crisis, of course, that would be different. I don't know that. I mean, I've looked at her Facebook group. She's still actively been in there the last few days. So I think she's okay, which I hope so. I don't think she's in a crisis or anything. But what I'm getting at is I don't think she was going to communicate with me about not showing up. I don't know if she forgot again, or if she's just not good with those details or whatever. Anyway, I'm kind of saying the same thing. But my adjustment is I'm done. Like I've given her many chances. I would love to have worked with her in these ways, but she is not available in a way that I need her to be available to do things. And so I'm not going to refer clients to her anymore, or people to her anymore, potential clients, because I wonder how things are getting lost in the details of her life with other people as well. And one of the things I pride myself in a coach is I'm very reliable. I'm very consistent, and I communicate with my clients steadily and readily, especially in the rare situations where I need to change a session with them or something because of my own schedule. And so I don't know how this is playing out in her life in other areas, but I am done. I don't want to rely on her anymore for anything because I can't. And so I believe her now. As Maya Angelou would say, believe her the first time. I believe her now for sure. And I'm disappointed. I had other hopes for my, collaborations with her, and they're not going to happen. And so I want you to look at your life and think about, where are you seeing repeat behavior with people, whether it's a professional situation, a personal situation, and where are you still hanging in there, hanging in there, hanging in there, thinking that something is going to actually be different. So you might want to reevaluate some of those situations and get more real with yourself. Like I needed to get more real with myself around knowing this woman, and just keep coming back around and trying to work with her, and let it go, and let the situation go. So that's my thoughts this morning for a little boost. And like I said, in my next podcast, which will drop Wednesday, I'm going to dive much more deeply into the feelings of disappointment and what to do when we have unmet expectations in our relationships. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening. How would you like to receive my #1 best-selling book, The Midlife Makeover Method? All you have to do is leave a review for this podcast, take a snapshot of it, and send it to cindy@cindydwhitmer.com. We'll drop the email address in the details, and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.